This is the story of a boy who was born without any powers. In a world where having magical abilities is completely normal, not having them means you're considered weak and useless. Tatsuya comes from an extremely wealthy and powerful family, one that's at the very top when it comes to magical strength. But despite that, Tatsuya was born without a single power. Seeing this, his mother began experimenting on him, hoping to awaken some kind of power within him. But even after all the experiments, nothing changed. Tatsuya remained powerless. Over time, he lost all emotions and desires, becoming emotionally numb. Even then, his mother didn't stop. No matter how many times Tatsuya begged her to stop, she kept going. Years passed, and eventually Tatsuya grew up. Then, one day out of nowhere, he suddenly awakened a mysterious power. But instead of telling anyone in his family, he chose to keep it a secret. Because of this, everyone still thought he was useless, and he was even assigned the role of a bodyguard for his own sister. So guys, here's a quick recap of the story and the main character. This is the second part of the series. Now, let's dive into the main video. Tatsuya reveals that he had used multiple psion webs simultaneously. A girl named Suzune, who had been observing, steps forward and says she has figured it all out. She explains that Tatsuya sent 3 psion webs at once, which overwhelmed Jabu, a student with an average magical aptitude, causing him to lose control. Hearing this, Jabu is shocked and realizes his mistake. He then apologizes to Miku, though he doesn't apologize to Tatsuya, believing he wouldn't be forgiven. With that, Jabu quietly leaves. Later that night, while Tatsuya is working on his computer, Miku visits him and asks if he can upgrade her cat device. Tatsuya agrees, admitting he hasn't checked it in a long time. Before working on the device, he needs to scan Miku completely into the system. While scanning, Miku subtly tries to create a closer connection with Tatsuya, but he doesn't reciprocate. Suddenly, Miku uses a mysterious device that emits a blinding light, knocking Tatsuya unconscious. By the time Tatsuya regains consciousness, it's already morning, the first day of his assignment in the discipline committee. When he arrives, he finds that another boy named Sun has joined the committee at the same time. As new members, both are given the same rank and privileges, including the right to use their magic devices, under strict rules, of course. Outside, the school is buzzing with new clubs being formed. Students are encouraged to join in to strengthen them. In the chaos, some students start pressuring Erika to join their club. She refuses, but they surround her. That's when Tatsuya intervenes, rescuing her and taking her away. They then head toward the Kendo Club, where a training session is underway. A group of boys appears, demanding to use the same space. A challenge is issued. Whoever wins gets the spot. A girl named Mibu steps forward for the Kendo Club, facing off against a boy named Takaki. Mibu wins the first point with a swift strike, but Takaki refuses to give up and activates his cat device to attack using magic. Mibu dodges his attack just in time, realizing it could have been fatal. As Takaki prepares for another assault, Tatsuya steps in, neutralizing Takaki's magic with his psion web and taking him down. When Takaki's friends realize Tatsuya is from a low-ranking class, they gang up on him, but he deactivates their devices one by one. Overwhelmed, Mibu tries to help, but her teacher stops her. Later, Tatsuya hears a commotion behind the gym. When he goes to investigate, he finds no one until a mysterious hand lunges at him. Tatsuya uses his psion web again, but the attacker escapes. However, he manages to spot a strange bracelet on the attacker's wrist. Thanks to his recent actions, Tatsuya is becoming well known. While sitting in class, he notices Miku quietly watching him. They walk together in the corridor when Mibu approaches and asks if he'll join her in the cafeteria to talk. Tatsuya declines. Mibu tells him to let her know if he changes his mind and walks away. Miku, feeling a little jealous, asks if he plans to meet Mibu later. Tatsuya reassures her there's no need to be jealous. Later, he attends a session with the school's counselor, who checks students' mental health. She asks routine questions, and jokingly if Mibu is his lover, which he denies as mere rumor. That night, Mibu tells her teacher she's tired of holding back. The teacher replies that they must get Tatsuya on their side. He needs to join their club. Meanwhile, Tatsuya tells Miku he suspects a dangerous anti-magic organization is at work. He shows her an image of the bracelet worn by the boy who attacked him. Miku warns this could be a threat to the entire city. If true, their families might recall them. But Tatsuya insists on facing it head-on. The next day, Tatsuya tests his magic again using the school's device. His result is over 900 milliseconds. Not very impressive. Later, he decides to talk to Mibu. She reveals her club isn't receiving the same facilities as others and hopes Tatsuya joining will improve their status. Tatsuya, however, believes the student council's decisions are fair and declines. That same day, Mibu's secret group launches a strike, demanding equality or threatening to destroy the school. They cut off the power, locking automatic doors. Tatsuya contacts Mibu, offering negotiations. She agrees, but soon after, her team is captured. She feels betrayed, until Mayumi steps in, promising fair hearing. The issue is resolved peacefully. However, Tatsuya notices another senior pressuring his friend to join a club. After he leaves, the friend reveals he's Mibu's teacher, and the same person who attacked Tatsuya. Tatsuya recognizes the bracelet, but doesn't act just yet. That night, Tatsuya and Miku report this to their teacher, who confirms the Kendo Club captain is part of the anti-magic group. His brother is a known member of Japan's most dangerous anti-magic organization. Tatsuya realizes they have deeper motives than improving their club. They're planning something big. The next day, a debate is held to determine if the Kendo Club deserves additional perks. Mayumi explains that all clubs are receiving fair treatment. The student council's decision is upheld. Outside, during the debate, a large truck is parked suspiciously and left unattended. Just as the debate ends, several students wearing the mysterious bracelets try to flee, but the council is prepared and captures them. Smoke bombs are thrown in through windows, but they are expelled using magic. Suddenly, armed intruders storm the hall, but again, the students, led by Mayumi, fend them off using magic. Though the reason behind the attack is still unclear, Tatsuya's warnings have prepared everyone. As more attackers emerge outside, the entire student body unites, neutralizing the threat. The council teacher then reveals the true goal of the attack wasn't just to cause chaos, but something far more sinister. It wasn't a random strike, it was a distraction. A member of the student council revealed that although Mibu had sided with the attackers, it wasn't entirely her fault. The leader of the club she belonged to was secretly a member of the anti-magic group and had manipulated her into working with them. Tatsuya and the others decide to save Mibu and stop the anti-magic group from achieving their goal. Leo volunteers to handle the safety of the students on campus, while the others move ahead. Tatsuya, confident in his reinforcement magic, assures Leo that he can manage the fight alone and quickly defeat the enemies. As he defeats the attackers outside the library, Tatsuya scans the area using his powers to identify who's inside. Once inside, he and the team engage in battle and manage to defeat the enemies, except for one powerful member. Erika steps in and insists on facing him alone. Meanwhile, Miku helps Tatsuya advance further, flying with the help of her device. In a secret room inside the library, Mibu stands conflicted, wondering whether her actions were right or wrong. We learn that the real goal of the mysterious man leading the group was to steal school data. He was copying the files onto a pen drive when Tatsuya entered and jammed the network using a Shaun web. One of the men charges at Tatsuya, but he is swiftly defeated. Despite everything, Mibu still refuses to admit her mistake. Miku speaks to her, making her realize the gravity of her actions. Just as Mibu begins to feel guilty, another man orders her to attack. She obeys, but Tatsuya stops her once again. Mibu tries to run, but Tatsuya reassures Miku that Erika is outside and will stop her. Sure enough, Erika confronts Mibu outside. Mibu, refusing to give up, grabs a sword and challenges her. But Erika quickly defeats her, revealing that she had trained under Mary, their senior. Meanwhile, the teacher who led the anti-magic group tries to escape but is caught by other agents. Later that evening, Mibu regains consciousness. She had fainted during the battle. With tears in her eyes, she apologizes to everyone, especially Tatsuya, explaining how she was manipulated into joining the group out of loneliness. Everyone, now understanding the truth, forgives her. Suddenly, their council teacher appears and informs them that she has found a location of the anti-magic group's leader's secret hideout. Without delay, Tatsuya and a small team set off to confront him. Upon arrival, Tatsuya uses his scanning magic and detects a large number of enemies, all armed. Undeterred, he and Miyake infiltrate the building. Inside, the leader doesn't attack right away. Instead, he praises Tatsuya for uncovering his plan and throws his glasses into the air, activating a mind control magic, the same one he used on Mibu. However, the magic doesn't work on Tatsuya. Confused and panicked, the leader orders his men to open fire. But their guns suddenly shatter and fall to the floor, thanks to Tatsuya's counter technique. Realizing he's outmatched, the leader tries to flee. But as his men attack Tatsuya, Miku freezes one of them using her ice magic, stunning the rest. She continues her assault, slowly freezing the others, while Tatsuya's team flanks them from the other side. In a hidden chamber, Tatsuya finds the leader again. The villain activates a jamming device to block Tatsuya's magic. However, Tatsuya uses a non-magical weapon, a gun, to take down the remaining enemies. The leader, now terrified, attempts to escape once more, but he is captured by Tatsuya's friend, who is guarding the other side. Enraged, the friend cuts off one of the leader's hands before the authorities arrive and arrest him. Later, those frozen by Miku's magic begin to recover and are also taken into custody. At the hospital, Mibu is discharged, fully recovered. Her father, grateful to Tatsuya, thanks him, explaining that he had noticed Mibu's strange behavior for some time, but didn't know the reason. Now everything is clear, and Mibu is safe. Back with his friends, Tatsuya learns that Mibu has started to like him. Meanwhile, Kirahara, the boy who helped capture the leader, also likes Mibu, but she has already friend-zoned him. As they return home, Miku curiously asks Tatsuya, "If your intelligence and skills surpass high school level, why are you still in high school?" Tatsuya smiles and replies, "Because I enjoy being here." That night, both Tatsuya and Miyake go for advanced training with Ninjutsu Master Sensei. They're doing well, but suddenly, Sensei notices someone watching them from behind a tree. When he calls out, the figure steps forward. It's the school's counseling teacher. Tatsuya is surprised and asks why she's there. His sensei explains that she was once a student and now works for a top-secret security agency. Her role as a school counselor is merely a cover to keep her identity hidden. The next day, Mayumi announces that a grand competition is coming up. It only happens once every 10 years and includes various games between schools. The winner earns unmatched prestige and influence. Mayumi starts assembling teams for each event. Tatsuya shows no interest in participating, but the team decides to include him in the technical staff. He proves himself by perfectly replicating Kirahara's cat device. When tested, it works flawlessly. His typing speed and quick data processing shock everyone. With unanimous approval, Tatsuya joins the team. Later at home, Tatsuya receives a video call from the major. He warns him that an unknown team has been spotted at the competition site. Their identities remain a mystery, so Tatsuya must stay alert and report anything unusual. After that, Miyuki comes to Tatsuya wearing new clothes that she has put on for the event. Tatsuya finds him nice. He is working on the flying device, and both Miyuki and he test it together. The device is working properly. To ensure everything is working properly, Tatsuya visits the development center, where a professional confirms that his device is fully operational. They plan to use it secretly during the competition. On their way back, Tatsuya and Miku encounter her father and his butler. The butler greets Miku with great respect, but ignores Tatsuya. This angers Miku, and she scolds the butler, demanding he respect Tatsuya too. The butler coldly replies, Miyuki is the rightful successor. However, he adds that Tatsuya is a nobody, just another servant in the eyes of the noble families. This infuriates Miyuki. She's about to unleash her energy on him, but Tatsuya steps in and stops her. The two leave the place without causing a scene. The next day at school, Tatsuya announces to everyone that he has officially joined the technical staff. This means he'll now be in charge of maintaining everyone's CAD devices. Meanwhile, on the other side of campus, Mizuki hears a strange sound and follows it to a nearby room. There, she finds one of her classmates, Mikahiko, practicing magic. He's attempting to summon a spirit, a risky move that could unintentionally hurt someone. As the spirit energy starts spiraling out of control, Tatsuya suddenly appears and saves Mizuki just in time. Later, Tatsuya asks Mikahiko what he was trying to do. Mikahiko explains that he's been practicing spirit summoning but still hasn't mastered it. He wonders if he'll ever learn how to use his magic properly. But Mizuki chimes in, saying that he almost succeeded. Tatsuya asks her to describe the spirit, and Mizuki tells him it appeared bluish-white, a powerful spirit, it seemed. Hearing this, Mikahiko is shocked and wishes he had the ability to see the spirits he summons. A few days later, the team sets out for a magic competition in another city. On the way, their group is split into two. One group travels by bus. As they drive, several black vans start approaching. One of them overturns and catches fire. It's headed straight toward the students' bus. The students prepare to use their magic to stop it, but if they all cast spells at once, the interference could cancel their effects. Seeing the danger, Mayumi tells Kazuo to use his power. He hesitates, knowing his magic won't stop the fire. But before he can act, Mayumi uses her magic to extinguish the flames. Then, Kazuo stops the van with his spell. After arriving at the competition site, Tatsuya quietly tells Miyuki that the accident wasn't random. At first glance, it seemed like one van accidentally collided with another, causing the third one to spin out and head for the bus. But according to Tatsuya, the driver deliberately caused the crash. Why? That remains a mystery. Later that night, while the others rest at a hotel, Mikahiko continues his spirit training outside. As he concentrates, he suddenly senses a strange energy, something that doesn't belong to him. Even though he can't see spirits clearly or fully control his magic, he realizes someone else is nearby. Though he can't see them, he heads in the direction of the energy. Just then, 3 attackers emerge, ready to strike him with magical attacks. But their spells are destroyed mid-air. Tatsuya appears behind Mikahiko and saves him. The assailants flee. Mikahiko thanks Tatsuya and walks away. Soon after, a general arrives. He tells Tatsuya that this group must be the same one he warned him about the no-head dragon. Their goal? To sabotage the competition. Fortunately, now they have intel on them. The next day, the competition begins. In the first round, the challenge is water surfing using magic. Mari enters and performs brilliantly, thanks to Tatsuya's upgraded CAD devices and his prior instructions on which spells to use. Her speed is unmatched, and she wins the first match with ease. Later that afternoon, Tatsuya is called into a meeting. He's informed that one of the suspects seen near the hotel is connected to the No-Head Dragon group. Their main objective is to disrupt this tournament, but the upside is now Tatsuya's team knows about it in advance. The next round begins. Mayumi participates in a shooting event where she must create magical bullets and hit targets. She scores a perfect 100% and their team wins again. The following match is an ice-breaking challenge, which their teammate also wins. The team is on a winning streak, and their confidence is sky-high. However, Susan warns them, the early matches may seem easy, but tougher rounds are ahead. Overconfidence could be dangerous. Tatsuya creates a custom weapon for his friend Leo, tailored for his reinforcement magic. After some training and testing, Leo finds the weapon incredibly useful and thanks Tatsuya. The next day, Mari's surfing match returns, but this time her opponents are more advanced. Still, Mari leads the race until another girl slips off her surfboard. The board spins out of control and flies straight toward Mari. She dodges it, but in doing so, loses balance and crashes into the water. She's injured, loses the match, and is taken to the hospital. There, doctors reveal she's too injured to participate in the next match.